Once upon a time, Manchester United was where legends were made. Now, it's where talent goes missing. From Onana to Rashford, every player's story sounds the same. Bright arrival, painful fall, and then a stunning comeback. Just not in red colors. These players are proving that it's not all them. Something seems rooted in the very DNA of the club. Today, we're diving into a wild story of these 5 players who walked into Old Trafford full of hope and walked out questioning their careers. André Onana. Let's start with the goalkeeper who was supposed to revolutionize United style, André Onana. In his early 20s at Ajax, Onana established himself as the modern goalkeeper. Excellent with his feet, brave in one-on-one situations, commanding in the box, and often pulling off miraculous saves in big games. He won multiple Eredivisie titles, Dutch Cups, and stood out in the Champions League. Then came the move to Inter Milan in 2022, a step up in exposure, pressure, and competition. At Inter, he continued to shine, helping the club reach the 2023 Champions League final, while also adding a Coppa Italia and a Supercoppa Italiana to his trophy cabinet. In big matches, he made key saves. Against Porto, for example, he was named man of the match, earning praise from the Italian media for keeping Inter in the tie. In 13 Champions League appearances, he conceded 11 goals with 8 clean sheets. He was considered one of the best goalkeepers in the world at the time. Then, Manchester United made a £43.9 million move. Onana was brought in to replace David De Gea, with high expectations. A more modern keeper sweeper, better distribution from the back, sharper decision making, dominance in set pieces and crosses. The hope was that he would lift the team's defensive baseline and become a reliable last line in Europe and the Premier League. But the reality didn't match the expectations. While Onana had flashes of brilliance at United, he also made a number of high-profile errors that cost games and drew sharp criticism. In 102 appearances across all competitions for United, he conceded 150 goals and registered only 24 clean sheets. Errors leading to goals were one common talking point. He accrued 8, one of the highest counts among Premier League goalkeepers. In September 2025, with United bringing in competition and goal, Onana was loaned to Trabzonspor. For many, this meant a chance for a fresh start away from Manchester's spotlight. And almost immediately, he showed signs of returning to form. In his debut against Fenerbahce, Onana faced 9 shots on target, made 8 saves, many of them inside the box, and was named man of the match despite his side losing 1-0. He earned an 8.7 rating on Footmob. In his second match for Trabzonspor against Gaziantep, he contributed an assist, a long well-placed pass to Paul Onuachu that led to the equalizer. Most recently, he made 7 saves in his side's 4-0 win over Kayserispor, with his side sitting second in the Turkish league. He's been famously referred to by his club as The Wall on social media. His performances have also been met with enthusiasm from fans. Supporters at Trabzonspor have praised his leadership, shot stopping in difficult moments, and his reflexes. Social media narratives suggest many believe United's defensive instability and constant pressure played a big role in his decline, rather than the keeper being purely at fault. Antony. Next on the line is Antony. Remember when Antony was that guy at Ajax? Twisting defenders into origami shapes, scoring screamers with his left foot, and pulling out that iconic 360 spin just because, well, vibes. He bagged 24 goals and 22 assists in 82 games for Ajax, and was electric in the Champions League. Naturally, United saw him and said, yes please, for £86 million. That's when things went sideways. At Manchester United, Antony became less flair and more frustration. He was mocked for doing stepovers without outcomes, cutting in on his left and shooting into row Z like it was part of the tactic. Twitter/X had a field day. He was less Brazilian baller and more budget Iron Robin who forgot the goal exists. His stats told the sad story. 8 goals and 3 assists in 55 Premier League games, 0.04 assists per 90. That's not right-wing productivity, that's right-wing invisibility. By 2025, fans weren't asking, what's Antony cooking? They were begging him to leave the kitchen. Enter Real Betis, a loan move, a fresh start, and suddenly, he's cooking again. Antony at Betis has looked reborn, confident, decisive, sharp. He scored 11 goals and notched 9 assists across all competitions, leading Betis to the UEFA Conference League final. He currently has 4 goal contributions in 7 games for Betis in all competitions. He's not spinning in circles anymore, unless it's after scoring. Fans love him, Spanish media praises his work ethic and decision making. It's like someone turned the Wi-Fi back on in his brain. So, was Antony the problem? Or is this yet another case of Manchester United turning shiny players into sad shadows of themselves? Because Antony didn't forget how to play football. He just left a place that made him feel like a punchline, and found one that made him feel like a player again. Enter Marcus Rashford. Once upon a time, in a Manchester blue sky night, a kid from United's own academy burst onto the stage. In February 2016, at just 18 years old, Marcus Rashford made his first team debut for Manchester United, and scored twice in a Europa League match against Midtjylland, a fairy tale start. From there, he became a case study in early promise. Rashford didn't take long to cement himself as a regular goal threat. In the 2019-2020 season, he put up 22 goals in all competitions, one of his best returns. In 2020-2021, he added another strong season with 21 goals and double-digit assists in all comps, showing he was more than just pace or flair, and the product continued. Fans were excited. Every time he darted in behind a defense or cut inside with a curled shot, you could feel this is one of United's own, doing what United forwards are supposed to do. But, as every good story has its darker chapters, Rashford's time at United had its share of setbacks. After those brilliant seasons, performance began to fluctuate. Some seasons good, some seasons less so. In 2022-23, he rediscovered form with 30 goals in all competitions. Then in 2023-24, he dropped to 7 goals in the Premier League with fewer assists, by many accounts underwhelming compared to the heights he'd scaled. In 2024-25 season, his output was well below his best. Less game time, less consistency. Critics said he wasn't running enough. He lacked work ethic and sharpness. Others said tactics made him play out of position. Some put it down to confidence. Whatever the mix, the spark he once had seemed dimmed at times. His loan move to Aston Villa showed some flashes and reminded people what he can be. He scored and assisted, got more involved, felt sharper, and looked fitter. He said himself, he was feeling fitter and better. Then came the big twist. The loan move to Barcelona in the summer of 2025. A huge name, a new league, new expectations. Could he reignite? So far, yes. And more promisingly than many expected. This season at Barca, he's recorded 10 goal contributions in 12 games, showing signs of his return to his best. Particularly in the Champions League debut for Barcelona, he showed a brace against Newcastle United, showing his big match impact. In La Liga so far, while goals have maybe been slower to come, he's contributing with assists and chances created. His role seems more balanced, making runs, being involved in build-ups, perhaps less buried by expectations than United. And most importantly, fans are noticing. There seems to be joy in how he's playing, the old magic creeping back. Rashford has come out to say he'd like to make his loan move to Barcelona permanent, and with the way he's playing, this will likely happen. Scott McTominay. Another Manchester United Academy graduate, Scott McTominay, made his senior debut in May 2017 under Jose Mourinho. There was a sense that the boyhood red shirt might become something more than just sentimental. He became known for his energy, physicality, and willingness to run box to box. There were those big moments when he scored a crucial goal or rescued United in a muddled match. He looked like one of those great British midfielders in the making, strong, brave, and ready to fight. But here's where the twist comes. For all his promise, his development stalled. United didn't, for whatever reason, put him in a role that allowed that promise to flourish. He was often misprofiled, played in defensive roles when his strength was bursting forward, or slotted in down the flank when he wanted to run through the center. He made more than 250 appearances for United, but never truly captured the elite label people whispered about. One minute, he's hailed the Warrior. Next minute, he's running a game where United can't string 3 passes together. It felt like they had a mid-priced Ferrari in the garage and kept using it as a delivery van. Then, summer 2024 arrived. McTominay made the big decision. He left the club he'd been at since age 5 for Napoli. And wow, did the transformation begin. At Napoli, under Antonio Conte, and surrounded by a fan base that adores football like it's religion, McTominay found his stride. He's not just contributing, he's scoring goals for fun. His season tally soared into double figures. He broke a 63-year Scottish record for goals scored in a single Serie A season, overtaking Dennis Law's 10-goal mark. The fans loved him, he's danced with them, he's celebrated with fire, and actually seems to belong. The change in environment, role, and confidence flipped the switch. Perhaps the biggest humor in the story? United having that homegrown talent, spending years somewhat underutilizing him, and then letting him walk away, only to see him become an icon elsewhere. United somehow managed to chew him up instead of helping him grow. Now at Napoli, he's thriving, proving yet again that the problem isn't the player. Rasmus Højlund. Speaking of Napoli, what about Rasmus Højlund, the Danish Viking, the man brought into United to finally end the post-Ronaldo striker curse? At Atlanta, he was a beast, pace, power, aggression, and a touch of Holland energy. He scored 10 plus goals in Serie A as a teenager. Everyone said United has found their new number 9. And for flashes, you saw it. Those 5 consecutive Champions League goals? Unreal. He was raw, with the passion, the movement, the fight. But then, it happened again. The goals dried up, the confidence vanished, every missed chance turned into a viral clip. The fans booed, the pundits mocked, and the poor guy is still just 22 years old. Instead of nurturing him, United threw him into a burning building and said, fix it. Then came August 2025. Højlund moves on loan to Napoli. Immediate change of scene, he steps into a team that bought into him. He's already notching goals, bouncing back, and clearly enjoying being the main man rather than a misused experiment. At the time of this video, he already has 4 goals in 6 games for Napoli in all competitions. It's no longer a coincidence that all these players leave United and instantly start performing again. It's a warning sign. Until the environment changes, the leadership, the structure, the accountability, it won't matter who United signs next. So yeah, maybe it's time we stop saying the players aren't good enough, because maybe, just maybe, it's Manchester United that isn't good enough for them.